Morning everybody, welcome back to another episode of Savanna's Stay-at-Home Safaris. Great start to the day so far. We've already managed to, Edward and Ali managed to find us the Ottawa Pride. They they finished that wildebeest kill. No sign of the male at the moment, but he could be lagging behind a bit. But yeah, what a great start to the day so far, and it can only get better from here. You can see still quite pink from all the blood from that wildebeest that they've eaten. So they're on the move, looking for a place to kind of settle down for the day. And I'm sure once they do, they'll sit down and they'll groom each other and clean all that blood up off of each other. So these guys have settled down for now. A couple of youngsters in the back there busy grooming each other. But we've just got audio of the male calling just a bit further north of us. So we're going to actually shoot off towards him, see if we can get him. And hopefully we think they might be moving in his kind of direction if they get up again. But yeah, let's go try get him. So there we go. Found the old Matimba male. Tracks indicate that he actually came from the south where the pride was, headed up north, and then he's coming back down south again to link up with him. Very, very big belly. Looks like he got the most out of that wildebeest than anybody else. Quite typical of male lions when they're with the pride. I don't know if anybody can pick up the sound, but there's a flappet lock calling in the background. Well, not calling, but his wings beating, flapping. At this stage in his life, being around 15 years old now, he needs to try and stick with the pride as much as he can. Skipping a meal or missing a meal that the females manage to get can be detrimental for him. So we've seen him over the last sort of 6 months, even a year. If he hasn't eaten for 4 or 5 days, he really doesn't look very good. But you can see now, nice big belly. So it's very, he changes quite quickly, and he looks good today. So that's good. We'll leave them here for now. See what else we can get for the morning, and maybe check up on them a little bit later. So for now, they're going to do what lions do. Lovely big buffalo bull coming down to the water to have a little drink. That croc's got a bit of a history with buffalo, so he's getting out of the way. So a couple more bulls come to join him. These old buffalo bulls, a lot of people think they've been kicked out of those breeding herds, and certainly I don't think the case. And if some of you remember that big fight that we witnessed a couple months back, right at the beginning of the stay-at-home safaris, when that old bull came into that breeding herd and tried to challenge the males there. He put up a really good fight, and I think if he was kicked out before, he'd probably not try and associate himself with it. I think they get to a certain age where they just don't have the energy or the motivation to kind of keep up with those breeding herds, so they'll hang around in small groups like this, and when those breeding herds do come through, get in there and try and see if there's any females that are in estrus or ready to mate. But much more energy saving for them to hang out near these waters, good food, and just preserve that energy. Lovely view of a sub-adult African hawk eagle there. Good afternoon, everybody. Myself and Neil back at it again this afternoon. Started off with a bang this morning. Unfortunately got a little bit quieter towards the end. A couple of good sightings along the way, but we're hoping it's going to pick up again this afternoon. 3 lovely elephant bulls just on the edge of the tree line here close to Cheetah Flats Pan. We're hoping they're going to come down to the waterhole and have a little drink and maybe a little mud splash or two. So yeah, let's enjoy it, and hopefully later on we'll catch up with the lions and see what else is there this afternoon. You can see again, like we've explained in previous episodes, the way the elephant rolls that branch over its teeth and just strips off the outer bark and the cambium layer, the most nutritious part of the branch, and discarding the very woody parts. There we go again, trying to intimidate us. Not very serious. Ears out. Just calmly sit and chat to him. However you want to deal with it. He's not a threat. Like I said last time, he's come into our space. That's his choice. If you notice the end of his trunk, every now and again he points it towards us, kind of subtly trying to sniff us out, trying to determine who we are, why we're here. There we go, as predicted. Come down to the Cheetah Flats pan here for a drink. You'll notice as well, most of the time when they come down to the waterhole, they'll almost try and pick up where the wind is coming from, and move around to the side where the wind is coming from. If you have a look on our side, downwind edge of the water, there's a lot of scum and that on top of the water, so they'd have to spend a bit of time kind of swishing it to the side. So the wind has already done that job, so they've gone around to there. They could pretty much just drink. I think that's where we're going to leave these three boys for this afternoon. Carry on, see what else is out there. Well, it may seem like we haven't moved, but we just went off to go and have a look, try and locate the lions again for the afternoon. We'll go back again later when it's a bit cooler. Hopefully they're going to get a bit active. But we just noticed this big breeding herd of elephants making their way down towards Cheetah Flats. So we're back again, but this time with a few more elephants. Well, that was just phenomenal. Very, very, very cool. So they're heading off into the trees. We're going to carry on up north and see what else is out there this afternoon. But that's the way to start the afternoon. Fantastic. All right, folks. We've driven around pretty much the rest of the afternoon trying to see if we could find anything else. Unfortunately, didn't come up with much, but we're back with the lions again now. Not much has changed as we thought. Nice full bellies, been laying up pretty much all day. Probably run about 50 meters from where we left them earlier, after that breeding herd of elephants came through the area and chased them. But again, they're flat, so we'll sit with them a bit. Kind of hoping they're going to get up and go and have a drink somewhere, but yeah, let's see what happens really. Alright folks, as kind of predicted, these lions are not going anywhere. So we've been sitting here for a while now. Light is almost completely gone, so I think we're gonna head back to camp, call it a day, and hopefully catch up with them again tomorrow. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll catch you next time. An awesome little bonus on the way home, an African wildcat. Very special to see these guys.